I have made a lot of content about the Match 3 RPG genre on this channel. However, I haven't gone over what I consider to be the best ones. Here are my top 10 Match 3 RPG games on mobile. Let's get right into it. First up, we have Hero Emblems. Now, this should come as no surprise to anybody even slightly familiar with the Match 3 RPG genre on mobile. This is the golden standard. It has a brilliant art style, great sound design, great characters, great story, and great gameplay. This is an absolute pleasure to play from beginning to end, and it's a completely premium experience. This is a must-buy if you're wanting to dip your toes in this genre, or if you're already a fan of the genre. Just get it. That's all I have to say. Next up, we have Dungeon FALAN, which is a straight ripoff of Dungeon Raid, which is no longer available on the App Store. Now, this one has great pixel art, and you link 3 or more of a similar item on the board in order to attack, defend, get money, and stuff like that. There's multiple classes to play as, all with their own unique abilities and playstyles, and this is a roguelike where you can just keep on playing and trying to best your previous run. It's definitely solid, and I highly suggest this for anyone who hasn't experienced Dungeon Raid in its heyday, or if you're missing Dungeon Raid. Next up, we have Shift Shaft. Now, you play as a miner, and you're trying to go as deep as you can within these mines. Now, you mine ores as long as there's 3 or more of them, and then you can rotate the board counterclockwise or clockwise in order to use gravity to your advantage to maneuver your character around in order to attack enemies and reach deeper areas of the mine shaft. This really puts a unique twist on the Match 3 genre that I've never seen before, and it was incredibly refreshing. Definitely give it a try. Next up, we have Scaventures. Now, this one tasks you with finding a key in order to progress from one dungeon to the next. Each dungeon consists of various floors, and you can maneuver between these floors in any way that you see fit. Now, each floor has a random encounter, and that can include enemies or maybe hints on where the key is at. And battles have different attacks and abilities that your characters can use, and then basic Match 3 combat. I really had fun with this one, and this has a ton of content. Definitely give it a try. Next up, we have Hexagon Dungeon. Now, in this one, you have a hexagonal board where you place pieces on it, and as long as there's 3 or more of a similar piece, then they will merge together and you will attack your enemy with your monster. And there's various monsters that you can collect, all with their own unique abilities and statistics. You can also upgrade your dungeon over time and unlock new things for you so that you can progress even further your next run. The continuous progression of this game is really good and really rewarding. Definitely check it out. Next up, we have Tavern Guardians. Now, in this one, you're able to play as various classes, all with their own unique spells that they can utilize in order to manipulate the board in various ways. Now, you're trying to prevent enemies from reaching the bottom of the board, and if they do, they damage you. There's also various bosses that you have to battle as well. There's tons of items that you match together in order to attack, defend, heal yourself, add mana so that you can use spells and stuff like that. I really like how this one feels like a tower defense game. Definitely check it out. Next up, we have Dragons and Diamonds. Now, the best way I can describe the gameplay of this one is that it feels like Candy Crush mixed with an RPG. Each board is different, and they each have scenarios that you need to fulfill in order to get a perfect score on that level. And that usually involves battling enemies and bosses in specific ways and utilizing your party to the best of your abilities. It really is rewarding, and this game has a ton of content. Definitely check it out. Next up, we have Swap Sword. Now, you play as a samurai type character, and you match various things on the board in order to perform different actions. There's a wide variety of enemies and bosses with their own unique gameplay mechanics that are slowly thrown into the mix as you play. I really enjoyed spells because you can customize your own arsenal of spells to utilize at any moment during gameplay. This one is really solid and really simple to understand, but hard to master. Definitely check it out. Next up, we have You Must Build a Boat. Now, this is an absolute classic on the App Store, and you make matches by moving entire rows or columns at a time in order to match 3 or more of an icon on the board. You make matches to make attacks, defend yourself, as well as gain more treasure. And then with that treasure, in between runs, you can upgrade your boat and unlock new things to make you more powerful and then do better on the next run. I love the pixel art of this game, and as I said, it's a classic and a must-buy in my opinion. Definitely check it out. Last but not least, we have Guardian Sword. Now this one is quite old in comparison to other games on this list, but it has a very distinct feeling of being like Puzzle Quest Challenge of the Warlords, which is the first installment in that series, and I love it dearly. And this feels a lot like it. It has the same structure of the world and how you traverse it, as well as how you battle and use your abilities, and it really is fun from beginning to end, and I feel like it's just very overlooked because it's been on the App Store for so long. Definitely give it a try. Alright guys, those were my top 10 Match 3 RPGs on mobile. If it helped you out, please leave a like, pop a sub, and comment, because that really helps me out, and I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. If you want more content from me, check out any of the links in the description down below, especially my TikTok, because I cover a new mobile game every single day on that platform. I love you guys, I hope you guys are staying safe, and take it easy.